Man, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all you men, and of course our sisters that came out. But it's important. Thank you for traveling tonight on short notice. But tonight is about where we go as black men. I haven't asked you about your political preference because it really don't matter to me. At the end of the day, you're a black man. I don't care what organization you want to cater to. And at the end of the day, right now, you know the condition of black men, specifically in Milwaukee and in Racine. It's not good. So tonight we're gonna dive into something that happened yesterday, and it is the proposal, agenda, wish list for black men who can just pass that back, man. Y'all get this. Make sure these brothers over here get them, and these brothers back here get them. And it is the proposal of VP Harris that she has for black people. Take that to the left right here. I want to make sure they got it. And the reason why I want everybody to have it in their hands, I don't want to just be saying something you can't verify. All right, you got it, Mr. Barnes? All right. So send that back there to the young man in the back. He need one. All right. We got a couple other ones for the people that might come and join us. Y'all paper kind of heavy, right? Is there some heavy paper y'all got, Wally?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because it's going to be good. That's why I got you heavy paper. All right. Everybody good? Everybody good? Everybody good? Everybody good? All right. So I want to just do our little roll call. Kenosha, you in the building? Just a little yes, hey. Kenosha, you in the building?
We're here.
All right. I'm just saying. Come on, y'all ain't got to start reading. I can't give you nothing. You ain't focused. Racine, you in the building?
Yeah,
We're
we
here.
are.
We out.
Oh, you both of them?
I'm in Racine.
Okay.
I mean, I work in Racine too, so
But
that's
you,
why.
okay. But you live in Kenosha.
I live in Kenosha.
I live in Racine.
Okay. Milwaukee. Y'all in the building? Milwaukee? South Milwaukee? Okay, South Milwaukee. All right. All right. So the purpose tonight, guys, let me just kind of set the ground rules. And I don't think this group is going to even be an issue. One, we're going to always respect each other's opinion. And tonight, it's not about a right or wrong. It's trying to see what is the consensus of black males on what you believe is needed to see progress. So we have people that work for the county, we have a pastor, we have another brother who works in organizations, we have fathers, we even have 3 generations. I think we have Mr. Barnes, his son, Mr. Barnes, and did you bring your son? You didn't. So we got 2 generations. Well, we got 3 generations here. We got Waleed, we got his son. Is that your son or grandson?
Grandson.
So that's 3 generations. And this is important, guys, because people keep saying what you need and what they're going to do for you. But the question is it what you really need and want to get down the road? So tonight we're going to take this document. This came directly off of the VP Harris's website. All I did was print it and made some copies. So what I'm going to do is kind of just read through. I'm not going to add no words, take none away. And then we're going to get into the actual details of it. And then what I want you to do, matter of fact, I'm going to do this. Everybody, I know your phone's on mute, so you can't even do it. Should have had you do it before. I really wanted you to tell me what you believe you need before we got into it. Because I don't want you to be persuaded. And so hopefully when we leave here tonight, we have something in place that says the men of Racine, Kenosha, and Milwaukee believe that if they had this, they could see progress. And as I said, just for the background, according to data, and then we talked a little bit outside, Racine is rated as number 2, the worst city for blacks to live in. Milwaukee is number 3. So that's why it's important that you're in the room. That means you're worse than Mississippi, you're worse than Louisiana, you're worse than Alabama, and I never think that could happen. So that means for some reason or another, it's just not happening in these 2 cities along with other Midwest cities. And so that's what we want to get into and figure out what we can do as a collective to change that. You know, and we don't want to get into the resources, because there are resources to a certain degree, but are they the right resources? So that's the purpose of this. And it's gonna take all of y'all to make this work because you're speaking for the next generation and the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. You're speaking for your friends who don't get involved with politics. You're speaking for your neighbors who just not educated enough to know what's happening in and around them. So this is why this is important. And so please dive in as we do this. You know, don't be ashamed. There's no wrong answers. And if you love this when we finish, tell me you love it. If you think it has some good elements, tell me it got some good elements. If you think it stinks, say it stink. If you think it need to be modified, say it need to be modified. And what you're gonna find in here, as I kind of got it, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff in her proposal that talks about Donald Trump. And, you know, I always say sometimes we talk more about our opponents than we talk about us. So you're gonna hear that. So this is not something I put in there. This came directly out the website. I know we have some sisters in the building, and we want to be fair to them. So I have these other 2 copies. If y'all will pass this over to the sister at the back and the lovely lady over here, that'd be great. So we're going to take off. All right. Vice President Harris will deliver for black men. She will provide the tools to black men to build wealth, support their families, and lead in their communities. Vice President Harris will build an opportunity economy where everyone has the opportunity not just get by, but to get ahead. She knows that black men have long felt that too often their voice in political process has been gone unheard and that there is much untapped ambition and leadership within the black community. Black men and boys deserve a president who will provide the opportunity to unleash this talent and political potential by removing historic barriers to wealth creation, education, employment, earnings, wealth, health, and improving the criminal justice system. Black men deserve a president who will deliver on promises and equip them with the tools and resources to make their aspirations a reality. This year, Vice President Harris launched a first of its kind nationwide issue. I'm sorry, y'all. I heard a noise. It's a noise that triggered me, so y'all forgive me. Y'all, that's an internal deal. That tells me that something's going on that I don't want to go on. So I was just having a moment. Forgive me. Nationwide economic opportunity to help entrepreneurs access to capital and resources they need to launch and grow businesses, build wealth, and strengthen their communities, especially black male entrepreneurs. While traveling across the country to cities like Atlanta, Detroit, Charlotte, she heard powerful stories from black men about the biggest hurdles that still make it too difficult for them to get their business off the ground and grow, them to meet their full ambitions and discuss policies that can help break down remaining barriers to success. Drawing on insight from her experience throughout her career and her economic opportunity tour, today Vice President is laying out, and today was yesterday, is laying out an opportunity agenda for black men to provide them with the tools and achieve financial freedom, lower costs to better provide for themselves and their families, and protect their rights. This path-breaking agenda includes providing 1 million loans that are fully forgivable to black entrepreneurs and others to start a business, championing education, training, and mentorship programs to help blacks get good-paying jobs in high-demand industries and lead their communities, including pathways to becoming teachers, supporting a regulatory framework of cryptocurrency and other digital assets so black men who invest in and own their assets are protected, launching a national health equity initiative focused on black men that addresses sickle cell disease, diabetes, mental health, prostate cancer, and other health challenges that disproportionately impact them, legalizing recreational marijuana and creating opportunities for black Americans to succeed in this new industry. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Before I go further, I want every man in here to tell me one thing that you would like to see happen that you believe would make your life better. I'll start at the table. Brandon?
As a business owner, funding would be great.
Okay, so funding.
Yeah.
Okay. Pastor?
I would agree with that. have the knowledge of how to find grants, access them, and write them in the correct manner where they get accepted.
Grants. Okay, Waleed.
Reparations.
Okay. Okay, I'll tell you what I did here today, since you mentioned reparations. Vice President Harris did a live feed with Charlamagne the God today on CNN, and a young man asked about reparations, and her response is, "We'd have to study that." I'm just, hey, you open it up.
I didn't say I wanted to study. I said I wanted
Well,
reparations.
that's what happened today.
I don't need no study.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you what happened today since you brought it up.
All right.
All right, Ricky,
More opportunities,
to do what?
entrepreneurship and mentorship programs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Be creative, media, especially media.
Okay. How old are you, baby? You. Okay. Do you know anything about what we're talking about? Okay, I ain't gonna ask you no questions then. What is it you think? Okay, history. Okay. Back in the back. Okay. Star.
The national health care and criminal justice.
You know who next? Come on, Sling.
Reparations.
You following your daddy deal? Okay. Mr. Baker?
My name is not Baker. My name is Barnes.
Barnes, I'm sorry, Mr. Barnes. Yes, sir.
Your excuse.
Thank you.
All right. And furthermore, what I would like to see brothers do to join together in the community to teach other brothers how to get this funding from different organizations and stuff. See, I sit down with them. I see how it go. But see, brothers need brothers to educate them on how to do this. But you know, a lot of brothers don't want to listen. But everything depends on not what you know, who you know, to open up some doors for you. And I leave you with that.
Yes, sir. All right. I wanted to kind of understand where you are to see if this plan excites you, helps you, or it does nothing for you. Because at the end of the day, in 21 days, whatever it might be, early voting, some of y'all are going to cast a vote for what's important for you, or not important, or in agreement, or in angst, or whatever that is, but you're going to be voting. And so I think that's important. So the next paragraph talks about Donald Trump. Y'all can tell me if y'all want to hear that or y'all want to focus on what she got. All in favor of focusing or hearing the entire deal, even if it mentions Donald Trump, raise your hand. We do democracy in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you, okay, in this document, her document talks about what Donald Trump is doing, have done, or will do if he's elected. She's saying what she will do if she's elected. So my question is, do you want to do the document in its entirety? That means I'll talk about what she's saying about Donald Trump if you want me to. And if you don't, I won't.
Oh, no, I thought she was quoting it. It's just what she think about Donald Trump. We didn't waste it. Let's talk about her.
So it ain't, okay, if you want to hear about what she's saying Donald Trump will do if he's elected, raise your hand. If you want to focus on her agenda, raise your hand. We're going to focus on her agenda. All right, so I'm going to skip that. All right, so now we are on the second page where under the 3 stars where it says Vice President Harris will lower. Somebody took my water.
I didn't take your water. Look at me like I don't steal.
I didn't say steal, I said took.
Same thing.
It's a difference.
Semantics.
All right. All right. Vice President Harris will lower costs and give black men the tools to build wealth, provide for their families. So here we go. Here's the first action. Vice President Harris knows the costs are too high for black men and that black men have too long been denied the tools, and it's probably just going back to the first point. That's why it sounds redundant. That would allow them to grow their wealth, get a good paying job, and support their loved ones. That's why she has a plan to address these concerns. She will ensure that black men can build wealth and achieve economic success by providing 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to $20,000 to black entrepreneurs and others who have historically faced barriers to start a new business or growing an existing business in partnership with trusted organizations like mission-driven lenders and banks with proven commitment to their communities. All right. If you think that can happen, raise your hand. 1, 2. Okay, 3. All right. Tell me why you believe it can happen.
Because it ain't nothing. I believe that's what they're doing already. Forgivable 20. I mean, to me, ain't nothing changed right there. That ain't, to me, what she offering right there.
So have you been able to get one of these?
I ain't want no loan.
Okay.
I ain't trying
Has
to get
anybody
it
here had a business and applied for a loan? Nobody? Okay. All right. Why? 3 of y'all mentioned funding. Why haven't you replied? If you said that funding is what you need, while Lee believe it's available already, why haven't you applied? Okay.
Well, for myself, I didn't know a legitimate source that was reliable without the ridiculous amount of interest. So I just recently came in contact with someone who's going to, and as Mr. Barnes said here, who's willing to mentor.
Is it Barnes or Baker?
Barnes, like the books.
Barnes,
Barnes
okay.
and Noble.
Yeah, Barnes. Where Baker comes from? Sorry about that.
Barnes and Noble.
Thank you, sir.
Real money.
I got you.
But I met someone who's willing to mentor and to show how to apply, to show how to write the grants. So so I remember seeing that movie, The Forge,
Okay.
black men mentoring other black men. And
Okay.
so I think mentorship is very, very important. So when we get knowledge, we should share that with other black men.
Okay. You have never applied?
No, I didn't
Okay.
apply because this, to me, seems like this is just a response to Obama. I
Okay.
don't believe it's even legitimate. It's a response to Obama's failure in scolding black men. That's
Okay.
all it is.
All right. So since I have applied, and I've been a business instructor for a while, and I do mentoring, and I'm giving you my experiences, so there is no wrong answer because it's my experiences. And I sued the government for not doing right. So if there's several points that I want to break down. This is about black men, right? This is supposed to be about black men. Well, the wording quickly changes to others real quick. So it goes black entrepreneurs, that's a broader base, and others, that's a broader base. Does that make sense?
I understood. That's why
So-
I told you they already do. That's what they
So when I look at it, if you send money to banks, and this is the part where I think we're missing out. You mentioned Obama. We went through a recession under Obama. I was in real estate. The one thing I fought for was even if a person's getting foreclosed because of something that mortgage companies did, we should not allow the foreclosure to be on their credit. So 2 things happened during that. Banks got bailed out to the tunes of billions, and the everyday person ended up with bad credit. They either had late payments, they had forbearances, or they had foreclosures. So that means even when it came back to life, you had bad credit. So a lot of the situations that we're talking about for everyday black men, you're either not going to be credit worthy because you didn't know how important your credit was. Nobody told you how to manage your credit. If you've even ever had credit before. So you don't necessarily have to have bad credit. You could not have enough credit. So that's what makes this not real. That's the issue with this one, based on my experiences. And once again, you're going to drop money into a bank that is not really designed to walk you through the process. So what there should be is we have to look at the condition of the would-be borrower to see what we do. So do we come in and say, in the last 12 months, 24 months, if you paid everything on time, then you got a chance to qualify. Because if you don't have the credit, I don't care how much money they set aside, you're not going to get anything. So if it was me and I say, would this be real for the guys in the room? I would say for the majority of y'all, no. That's my experience. So the other part that I wanted to ask, who in this room listens to Charlemagne the God? 2 people? Sometime? Who in this room listens to Roland Martin? The older people in the room? Right? You don't even know, you don't? No, I know them all of them. So who in the room listens to them? And my point is this. We are everyday people that get up, go to work, figure it out, whether it's 60, 70 hours a week, 2 jobs, whether it's 7 days a week, 15 hours a day, whatever it is, we're everyday people. We have to start getting everyday people to understand how they get real access. And to me, if I was given this here, a sincere deal, I would say it won't work for you. Or who in this room got, I'm gonna tell you what you need. I'm gonna put multiple things so it don't seem like I'm picking on you. So in order to get some of this money, you'd have to have more than likely a 680 plus credit score. You would have to also, come on in, you would also have to have a business that already has some type of rating to it. And if you went through the SBA and you have a felony, they may deny you, even though they're not supposed to. So after the 700 credit score that's needed, a business that has some type of credit rating, and a felony could potentially disqualify you, how many people, if this was in existence tomorrow, could go get this $20,000? So it works for nobody in the room. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make things real to you so you don't get sucked into, is that Muhammad? How you doing, brother? I told you it wasn't that fun. Ain't nothing fun in Milwaukee, man. For you? Well, I came from Dallas, so yours ain't fun. All right. So what I want you to do is this. When you go back to your communities and people are getting excited, it's your responsibility to kill the excitement. And this is not just with this with everything. To kill the excitement and go through and dissect it. Because a lot of times, if you can read, it's your fault you getting played. Y'all mad at other people? Read it. And if you don't understand it, find somebody like, man, do you know what this word is? What that really mean? Then you get to make an educated decision, and you can live with the decision you made. All right, so point number 1, we had 3 people out of 15, and Wally really didn't think it'll work. But you said yes.
Yeah, because that's what's already out there. And it ain't working.
Okay, so you don't think it'll work?
Oh, no.
Okay, so I got to take you. So your son follows. Who all believe that if 1 million loans were made available, and listen, it's not just for black people. I want you to be clear.
So you know we ain't getting it.
Is this similar to the Freedman Bank situation? Are you familiar with what I'm talking
I'm not familiar with the Freedman Bank. Help me out.
So the Freedman Bank, I don't know if this was a year ago or 2 years ago. She did a.
Who is she?
I'm sorry, Kamala Harris.
Okay.
The VP. She did an event with the Freedman Bank, the historic Freedman Bank. I don't know if you know about the Freedman Bank, correct?
I do not know about
Okay,
the
the
Freedman
Freedman Bank was a bank that was started during the Reconstruction in California. Basically, it went bankrupt about 6 years after they opened it.
Okay.
They actually reopened it, put funding into it. However, they loaned most of the money to Native Americans and other groups instead of black people.
Remember, this said other.
So this is similar to that situation. Also, if it's a non-forgivable loan, why would credit come into play? Mind you, PPP loans didn't have credit ratings. Everybody got them. Everybody committed fraud. So this seems like this is that kind of same situation that will lead to a lot of people committing fraud again.
So I think what would have to happen is, once again,
Sorry.
these things require depth.
Okay.
Because on the surface, I'm telling you, based on my knowledge, it wouldn't work.
Okay.
Maybe it would be in the form of a PPP loan, but that would have to go through Congress. So it goes back to what you can do and can't do.
Mm-hmm.
And do you really believe, and this is just the reality, that you're going to have a bill for funding and only black men have access to it? It's never going to happen.
Not at all.
It ain't going to happen, first of all. That's just the reality. So for those reasons, I would say no on this particular one. All right? All right. And it's talked about the partnership with the SBA, and I'm just telling you they don't always work out like that. All right? And when you go through banks, even though if it is a SBA loan, if it's 100% forgivable, like you were talking about, then banks could deny you for the felony. They could deny you for other things. But typically, if it's 100% forgivable, credit shouldn't play a role, but sometimes it does. Okay? Yes, sir. Small Business Administration. They are the government arm of lending money to businesses. And so they handle the PPP during COVID. They handle the EIDL loan. And there's a young man, if he was in here right now, he'd be going off because on technicalities, that means you got approved for it, but maybe when they went to send you the money, you didn't have that account. So instead of them letting you re-give you a good account number, they basically never gave you the money. You already qualified for it, right? But these are the kind of things that happen. And so when you as a brother, you're fighting every day for various reasons. Every day is a fight. And you get into these situations and you get tired of the fight. Me personally, in this, what I would have liked, and we're going to keep going, what I would have liked is for her to talk about how we can take people with felonies, convictions, and how we can take and put together a litmus test that says if a person has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, whatever it is, that we can get that felony off of their record. Because I think if you address that issue, a lot of other issues, the hope it would give a person to now work on the credit, to do this, because you can have good credit and have a felony and still be denied in certain situations. So if it is tied to the condition of black men, when you see data that says if you put 3 or 4 black men in the car, 2 of the 3 or 3 of the 4 has or will go through the justice system. So to me, I think that's something that when you talk about black men, you have to look at the barriers. That's a real barrier. It's a huge barrier with the felony. And, we shouldn't have to fight or need to fight at the state level because you might be in a state that don't care about you. But federally, at least on federal dollars, federal housing, that should be something that you don't have to deal with. So that's some things that if it was me, I would be saying that's something we can add. So it talks about expanding access to bank accounts and lending to help black to build wealth. I don't understand or know what that means. It did mention predatory lending. I was going to wait to talk to the gentleman who was dealing with a family emergency because that's something he talked about. But I always tell people are not living from week to week anymore. They're living from payday loan to payday loan. That payday loan could be Chime. Let me give you this in advance. That payday loan could be PLS. That payday loan could be several other companies. because people are trying to stay alive and
That's
stay
what I'm saying.
afloat.
What good is having access to a bank account? You ain't got no money to put in.
So but these are the things that hopefully we're able to take this and maybe people put together something that works. Anyway, breaking down unfair and unnecessary barriers to unemployment for black men. Once again, I think that the felony supersedes all of this because, I don't want to put y'all on business, but I'm going to say this. How many of y'all know a person with a felony that done got blocked from doing something? That's a home run in the black house, huh? We found something we all agree on. What that young lady at? I thought a young lady came in the door. Did you raise your hand? Oh, she didn't raise her hand?
She's a reporter.
Oh. I think even the reporter knows somebody. And I'm not picking on her. My point is, when you put black people in a room, there's just certain things that are common. It's like the majority. Everybody's hand went up. And so we got to figure out why is that. And so when I talk about putting together situations, we have to make sure that we are real. These are things that can be done because anybody that fights that, now I'm talking to you, Salik, if there are things that are happening, and I don't care who they are, race, color, party, if they fight something that's for the greater good, they should be your enemy. So that means if I'm trying to get something done in Congress who can be one of the most stupid outfits in the world, if it's for this group of people and for the betterment of society and they come against it, they should be the target. Because I don't want anyone telling me how important it is for the black man to have a chance and know that there are barriers that we could deal with. And one of them, once again, is a felony. Enabling black men and other workers to profit when company executives profit. That ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. In my opinion, that ain't gonna happen. Do y'all think if Walmart executives get a $2 billion bonus, by show of hands, tell me who think you getting some of that money? Black, white, Hispanic, tell me who you think getting some of that money. Anybody think you getting some of that money?
I ain't getting none of that.
Muhammad. Where you work at? If your job pay the CEO your job, you think you getting some of that? Okay, so we know that's not happening, right? Anybody think that's happening?
I mean, you might get a gift card or something once a year, or a bonus gift card.
No, he said maybe. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Let me ask you this. So, like, it's 0% chance that, okay, if you say Walmart, okay, maybe not Walmart.
No, we're talking about mandatory. You have people like Mark Cuban and some other business people that bless their employees. But can you regulate a business to share their profits with their employees? Do you think that will happen is the thing?
Like somebody said, some do and some don't.
No. If it's my business and I choose to do it, I can do it. But can the government make me do it?
No.
That's what this is about. So remember, when you're writing stuff, it's like, can it really happen? Right? That can't happen. It'll never happen. So what I'm telling you is, when you read through documents, I want you to put it in a practical arena to say if it can happen. Now, for me personally, if I read that, because I'm not stupid, now I think you're trying to play me. Because that ain't going to ever happen. That's a lie now to me. Right? Because Congress and nobody else is finna make Walmart, Kroger's, Bruce Carter give somebody part of my company's money. Like he said, if you don't own stocks, you're an employee. McDonald's could make $90 billion. You think they're gonna make McDonald's give the people who work the cash register and flip the burgers money? No. And I want you to learn how to take a document and don't get excited on a title, but break it down. Because each one of y'all have the ability to influence someone. Every last one of y'all can take something, and you don't mean any harm. And you know what you said? Hey, man, go get behind Bruce. He gonna do this. You didn't read it. You didn't look and see if I had the capabilities to do it. You ain't even seen if I did it in the past. Only thing I can tell you, if I tell you I'm showing up somewhere, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be on time. And if I look at something you got going and I say I can help you, I'm going to help you. But it's controllable. If
Let me
I
ask
have
you
to-
one more question.
Yes, sir.
So when COVID hit, a lot of jobs, like they had to give people money.
The
Like a
jobs.
raise or something.
Who? No.
Like I know on my job,
Okay.
we got raises, but it was like
Where did you work?
Racine Iron and Wire. You probably never heard of it. It's a welding place, but
Okay.
it's a place in Racine. But I mean, when COVID hit, we all got raises.
You got raises?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Explain to me when you say you got a raise.
So, like every year, like around a certain time, he's supposed to give us a raise, but we got like a $5 raise.
So let me show you what potentially happened.
So-
I wasn't there.
Go ahead.
So
what I'm asking. I got a
what could have happened is this. The government gave your company money because you were an employee to keep you there. So now since your company got an infusion of cash, they didn't have to pay you your regular salary. So now I'm going to bless him with a $5 out of the money that I would have gave him because I didn't have to give him that money. I don't know if that happened, but that's potentially what happened. So in other words, your company, say, normally had a $100,000 payroll. Well, that $100,000 they got from the government because of COVID. So now instead of me paying $100,000, I'm gonna bless my employees and give them 10, but I still netted $90,000 out the deal. I don't know if that's what happened, but that could potentially be what happened. So I bless my people. That way you like the fact that I gave you something, you good, right? You wanna hang with me. I'm not, but that's what makes sense to me.
That definitely made me keep working.
Go ahead.
All right, you worked all the way through. You were considered essential?
Yeah.
Okay, so as he said, they probably could have been because you were essential and they had an infusion of
He wasn't
flux of
essential.
cash or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means, but I assume I was hired in.
Basically, y'all were essential and they wanted
Do
to
you
keep
still work there?
No, I don't work there no more.
Okay. So they didn't give you enough to stay?
At this point, what about the money? But
Okay.
we ain't gonna get
Did
to
they
that. I don't
go
wanna-
back to normal after a while? Did you keep the raise or whatever?
Was it a raise
Well,
or
I
a
guess
bonus?
because like inflation, it was a raise.
So, hold on.
Inflation.
Hold
I
on,
feel
no, hold on,
like
hold on. So
everybody was getting it.
no, so you no, hold on. Let's ask you this. So I'm gonna say this because I don't want to put your numbers. Before COVID, you was making $10 an hour. I'm just
I don't
playing.
remember at that.
No,
time.
no.
I think I was at like 12.
Okay, so you were making $12 an hour. During COVID, they raised your pay to $17 an hour.
Yeah.
No,
Nonetheless, I don't want to. It's technical, but like I probably was at like 1150 or something.
No,
But anyway,
listen, so
it's,
let me
yeah,
do a
you got the
hypothetical
Okay, go ahead.
so hypothetically,
All right.
you were making.
I'm just trying to speak the truth. I'm
No,
just trying
you were
to,
making. No, hypothetically, you were making $10 an hour before COVID.
Yeah.
Then during COVID, they raised you to $15 an hour.
Right, yeah.
So you got a $5 raise. So every check after that, were you still getting paid $15 an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
until
I have
you-
something to
yes,
say.
sir.
That $5 didn't make no difference anyway because it didn't count. Because that $5 went to internal revenue. Because that's just only put them in a higher tax bracket.
Damn.
Okay.
You know, they're about their money.
So I'm gonna go to the next one. So I'm on page 4 at the top. 4 at the top. Expanding pathways for black men to good paying jobs, whether or not they have a college degree. Okay. So who's in the building? Hey DJ G Love, man, how you doing, brother? Glad you're in the building. Y'all got another seat over there for DJ? This brother came all the way from Kenosha. I met him today on the phone. And come on, somebody give my man a see if he can get over here in this action. Because he got a lot to say. All right. Little man, get up. Get up. I ain't see you. Come on, come over and get your chair. Come on. Go over here, G. What little man was. I appreciate you coming, brother. All right, so now I'm asking you the next one. Is there a chair over here for the baby or is there something back there? There don't no chairs back there?
Yeah, man. He
All
told me to bring my grandson. And then he was like, hey. It's mine now. It's mine. Let him sit down.
Get on the floor, son. You too
No,
little.
he's straight now.
All right, here you go.
He's straight now.
There you go. All right. So let me ask you this one, guys. Here's the next one. Expanding pathways for black men to good paying jobs, whether or not they have a college degree. Here you go. Can that happen?
What I said
Page
again?
4, top of page 4.
Okay, I can't see.
You didn't get one, Muhammad? All right, ladies, I'm sorry. I got to take that back from y'all. Oh, you got one here? All right. I need this for Muhammad. And then share yours with G-Love. You gave yours. Okay, here you go. Y'all got one? Because I need these brothers to see this, man. It's important.
What? That's crazy.
Pass this back to
That's crazy right there.
get at the G-Love. No, I want you to have it in your hand. Go to page 4. Page 4. And G-Love, this is what we're doing. This is Vice President Harris's proposal for black men. And we just examined it, and there's no wrong answer. I just want to know your opinion based on what they put on paper. It came right off of her website. So, number 4, expanding pathways for black men to good paying jobs, whether or not they have a college degree. My question is this. Can any president do that? No? Okay, we say no. Okay. Anybody say yes? Anybody believe that any president can do that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you say the president can. Tell me how.
Executive.
This is America.
I understand.
So you're saying by executive order that a president can tell Pfizer to hire me?
No. Start back over with the question again.
Okay. Expanding pathways for black men to good paying jobs, whether or not they have a degree.
All that executive, what is an executive order?
So my question is this. Here's my question. I'm Pfizer. I got a good paying job. You can tell me to hire Star?
I can tell you that there's monies available if you hire Star.
So you can give me an incentive to hire Star. So you can say if you hire Star, I'm going to give you a discount. Or I'm going to pay half a Star's salary.
Or,
They do that now for a short period of time.
exactly. And that could be just in a short period of time.
So now let me ask this question. Under the appropriations,
Yes.
they go through Congress.
Yes, sir.
So when it comes to executive orders, when it comes to workforce, it goes to the Department of Labor, and that money is through appropriations. So that means as an executive order, you cannot do that.
I mean, with all due respect, there have never been Congress in our neighborhoods.
Huh?
With all due respect, there have never been Congress in our neighborhoods.
I agree.
In our communities, as far as the Congress that they talk about that comes from the White House and from the Senate and et cetera, that don't apply to our neighborhoods.
Or you mean all black neighborhoods or just your neighborhood?
All black neighborhoods.
Okay. So you're disenfranchised.
Basically, the United States ain't nothing but a big company.
Okay.
It's just a company.
Okay.
That's why you have a president. Even when you the president of the United States, you still have supreme judges over you that can overrule you.
So let's do this then. So the number one question is, can this happen? Okay. So yes, sir.
Yes and no.
Okay, give it to me.
No in the private sector, yes. Well, government jobs, federal jobs, yes.
No.
Why not?
You cannot discriminate based on race.
No, I'm not saying
Co-
discriminate.
No.
Oh, okay.
If you give me a job
Yeah.
based on my skin color, that's based on race.
Okay. But aren't we doing DEI now? Are we giving? Isn't there DEI? Isn't there such thing as DEI?
Yes. No.
There's no
Hold
DEI.
on. Let me answer this.
Hold on.
question.
There's no DEI.
No.
DEI does
Diversity,
not exist.
equity, and inclusion. I'm from Texas.
It does not exist.
It does not exist.
Okay. Okay.
So, no, listen, just Google Texas right now. They killed it. They did it. They said, we ain't doing it. It went through the court system. It's no longer in colleges anymore.
Okay. But DEI did exist at Harley Davidson.
So they put together, if a company, remember now, if I'm a company, I can do DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Okay.
Cities have it. Kenosha has it. Racine has it. Dallas have it. They all have that.
Okay.
But remember what I want you to stick to this question and take it in this holistic manner.
Okay.
I am going to, if you elect me, I am going to make sure that black men get good paying jobs. Whether you have a degree or not, I'm gonna get you a good paying job. How I'm gonna do it? Tell me what's my process to do that? No, guys, and this is serious.
If you did want to do it and you want to start to do it, the first thing that you got to do in our community is to take away the cocaine, the weed, and the guns. Then you have to start.
Okay, no, I'm telling y'all this. Y'all hear me out. If y'all elect me as president right now, man, I'm gonna get you $100,000 job. I got you too. I got you too. I got you too. Tell me, how can I do that? Can I do it? And all I'm saying, guys, is
You got to tell me your plan, because I ain't no plan to do it right there, and I ain't going to make it happen.
what I'm telling you is this. I don't believe.
Stuff that's written for presidents and black presidents ain't even written by them.
Okay. I don't have no problem with that. I'm going to walk through. In other words, my job today is to make you become a critical thinker, not just on this. On every time somebody come say something, it should be so clear that when you look at it, you can come out and say, oh, I could see how that's going to work. That's the point. How can it work? So you should be looking at information to be like, in your mind, can you rationally see it happening? That's what's important. Because what happens is we get played, guys. When I say we, I'm talking about in generalities. We get played too much. I see people who got the heart get locked in job positions to shut them up. They get in job positions that's not going to further the group. So my job was to make sure that when you hear stuff, because people look up to you, right, G-Love? Okay, people look up to you, right, Waleed? Do people look up to you, sir?
Yes.
Pastor, do people look up to you?
Absolutely.
Mister, do people look up to you? Star, do people look up to you? You're a youth man, do people look up to you? So what I'm saying is, whether we know it or not, there is always someone looking up to us. Young people are always watching us. Muhammad, do people look up to you? They expect you to know certain things. Is that a fair statement? And all I'm saying is this. As a collective, we have to be very sharp in how we take information before we put information out. And so when I'm asking you, I don't care what my view is. I want the group to determine, can this happen or can it not happen? So my question is, if I was the president, can I get black men high-paying jobs, whether they're degreed or not? No. Can I?
Probably not.
Okay, who believe that I can? Raise your hand. Tell me how I could do it.
I don't know the process.
The only way that I see that happens is when you working with those individuals who voted, who loyal, and who want it. Because if they don't want it, no matter how much you pressure it on
Okay.
them, it's not going to happen.
Put it like this. Now I have a degree. But Star, you want that job. You want to make $100,000 a year.
Yeah,
You ready to go? You're a hard worker, right?
yeah, but I want to make more than that.
Okay. But you'll take 100 right now.
Most definitely.
What I'm saying is this, guys. We know that there has been a lot of disparities against blacks and specifically black men in this country. We all agree on that, correct?
Correct.
I mean, we 100% on that.
Black men and women.
No, I said black as a whole, but black men for sure. Is that something we can agree on? And I'm not, our sisters for sure, but what I've seen in my little lifetime is that I watched two things happen. Black families got destroyed in the mid-'60s when we believed that we got rights. You got access to certain things but got destroyed in another way. That happened to blacks. Blacks, yes, sir.
Was that the Democratic? Did it start with the Democratic Party?
I don't want it to be about party. There was an action that took place. No, that happened. That's when that in 1921 when that happened. That was just taking out blacks who were going somewhere. I'm saying where the structure got broken. It was in the mid '60s.
So you
That's
saying,
when.
So you saying when integration happened?
No.
That's when
I'm gonna go a little deeper. No.
Well,
So what happened was this.
What happened?
You got the voting rights, and you got welfare in the '60s.
1965.
But here was the contention that came along with it. The man could not be in the house with the woman for her to get that support. So divorce rate between the black family, which was one of the highest prior to that, started tumbling. Because now I don't have to need this brother, but I do need this brother. Because together we gonna get down the road. Now, people, there's different names for that stuff that happened. You know, you've had in our time, we've had the Great Society, the all this stuff that happened, and so families got destroyed. And through that process, we became more independent when we didn't need to be independent. We need to be dependent upon one another to some degree. So our children got jacked up. So now our children don't have dad because dad ain't in the house. Dad might be around, but the more it happened, it became ridiculous. So then black families started. I don't want to know people's age, but Mr. Baker, I'm gonna say you the most senior in here.
No.
Mr. Barnes, and I know that's Star Barnes, Mr. Barnes. I'm gonna say you the most senior in here. I could be wrong.
Probably so.
Okay. Where you from, Chicago?
Yep.
All right. Did y'all have family reunions all the time?
Family reunion.
Did y'all ever have family reunions?
I didn't know nothing about no family reunion.
Well, I'm from the South. So in the South, we had family reunions.
Yeah.
300-400 people every year coming together. Never failed.
Okay.
As time went on, as the matriarchs or the patriarchs started dying, just over time, it was hard to have one every 5 years.
Okay.
Family started not being necessary. So a lot of this stuff, the bottom line, when the family structure is broken, eventually you got problems. And so in the 60s, certain things were given, but the outcome was not good. Is where some of the stuff we see now. So G-Love is talking about the behavior that we've taken on as specifically blacks, but black men. And we are now the users of the drugs that maybe we once sold. And we're using them more than they're being sold. And so our minds are jacked up. And some of this stuff, I'm gonna hit this one since we there, G. She gonna legalize marijuana, right? Now, I know one hand ain't going up, but does legalizing marijuana, if it helps you, raise your hand? You better raise your hand. So one person, yes sir.
Whether marijuana is legal or not, if anybody here wants some weed right now, do you think we'll have a hard time getting it?
No, but you don't, getting access to the weed ain't it. Here's what I'm saying the problem is. If it's legal and you are a CDL driver or you get this good job, the problem is this. As a CDL driver, get into a fender bender. You're gonna drop that toxicology screen and you're gonna lose the job. So the mere fact that I'm gonna do something for black men, I'm gonna make weed good for black men.
That's just creating another barrier.
That's not what I'm saying. Is to me, it's crazy because I don't smoke weed. I ain't never smoked weed. You don't smoke weed. You don't smoke weed. You don't smoke weed. Do you smoke weed? Don't say if you do. I don't smoke weed. Four at the table don't smoke weed, right? So what I'm saying is, to me, that doesn't move me. That really takes me in the other way, because I see the destruction across the country, guys.
For real.
Like, and so for me, it's like, that's not That's not something
Really,
good for black
really,
men.
I'll tell you, it's disrespectful to me. I think for to even offer that, to act like that's gonna help us.
For the government.
So,
They benefit off legalizing
so
weed more than our community.
lead is legal. Weed is legal, right? It's legal now, right?
Say marijuana.
Not here.
Marijuana, no, don't matter. Marijuana.
It's almost legal. It's legal in Madison, Wisconsin, but it's not legal in the rest of Wisconsin.
Oh wow, how you do that?
There's only one Republican, well, two Republicans that's stopping it from being legal.
So what?
Well, it's legal. Medically,
selling
it's
it.
legal,
They selling
but
it
then
right out the smoke
recreational,
shop.
it ain't.
Okay.
And they calling it THC.
Or THCA or
Okay.
So it's been sold.
So here's my point. I want you to get this, guys. This document in your hand was made for. I want you to understand why it was made for black men. Okay. It was made for black men. So anything in here, there is a belief that is for the betterment of black men. Right? Because that's what it's about, right?
Politics.
In order to make something for black men, you should come and live amongst us. You can't sit there and watch the BC and then write something up for us and then say that that's our agenda. Then that'll be a misrepresentation.
Okay. But this is your agenda. This is her agenda for black men.
That's her agenda.
Right, it's her agenda. Okay, right, okay. So this is her agenda. And what I'm trying to get tonight,
Hey, you know what? And like on the marijuana side, like when she's saying that marijuana should legalize it for black men and all that, right? But you go to the dispensaries, it be more white people in there buying the weed more than the black people do.
Depends on where you're at. If you go to Michigan, it's more black men than
Oh, I go to.
hey, son.
I mean,
I
know
told you
people that go to
something. You need to
Michigan.
stay out. This is live. You need to stay out of some conversations.
I know people that go to Michigan, and I see, and what they show me is it be more white people there.
No.
They
So
be
hold on,
shutting
guys.
down.
Let me reel you back in. I want you to get this, please. If there was an agenda written for somebody else, for the Jews, do you think it would be talking about making weed legal?
No, not at all.
My point is, if you're minimized to a drug, yeah. If you're minimized to a drug, I'm telling you, that's how you're viewed. Black men are viewed as weed smoking, weed meat. Excuse my language, niggas.
But look at prohibition, though.
Sir?
Alcohol was just like marijuana.
No, but
It was illegal.
It was illegal. Okay. No, I get it. All I'm saying is
If I
this.
smoke a joint and I drink a fifth, which one am I allowed to have accident?
I think the alcohol is worse. But my point is this, guys. I want you to get my point. We can get it. My point is this. If there's a view of you, as he said, I believe I can get any job. I may be wrong, but I believe I can prepare myself, go in and get any job. That's me. If somebody start telling me about you helping me and you gonna make weed accessible to me, that's just like telling me about rap music. I don't listen to rap. I don't smoke weed. But for you to put this in a national document that's what I'm offering black men, I'm asking you, does that apply to you?
No, it don't apply to
Majority
me,
though, majority. I mean, it is, but some stereotypes are true.
So what you
So
say?
like, and
Do you smoke weed?
I don't smoke weed.
Okay.
But look, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that do. I know, and a lot of people that I work with, they smoke weed.
Okay.
And it's a majority of people, like black people, smoke weed.
Okay,
That's
see.
just true.
So let's see what the majority is here. No, hold
Just
on,
like
hold
the
on.
chicken
No,
and
hold on,
watermelon.
hold on.
I love chicken.
But let's count.
That's true.
Hey, but hold on, let's see. We got so
got it right
majority.
here.
Let's look at the majority. Okay. If you smoke weed, but some people can't because they got issues, right? Now, so we got 2 people in this room that smoke weed. No. We got 2 people in the room that smoke weed. That ain't no majority.
So what?
No, guys,
I
listen.
know what you're saying.
No, listen, man. What I'm saying is this. He made a statement that the majority of black people smoke weed. In her paperwork, weed is one of the things that I want to give you.
Okay, so this my thing about that.
I don't know weed.
If we are a minority and there are more other races in this country than African Americans, well, black, brown Americans, stop stereotyping us. And for two, if we are the underdogs and we only 8% or maybe 15% of the whole United States, and at least 25% of your people, which is Caucasians, ain't got nothing to do with no Asians, this and that, they all smoke weed.
No.
Then how is we the ones that smokes the majority of the weed in the United States?
No. Here's what I'm saying, guys. No, listen what I'm saying. No,
I
hold
told you to
on.
skip
Hold on.
weed.
Listen what I'm saying. What I'm trying to do is this. Here's a better deal. Hey, you got some watermelons? We over in Milwaukee. We going to the north side. You gonna sell watermelons, and I'm gonna sell fried chicken. Right? What I'm telling you is this. Because to the document, I don't care if y'all go out there and smoke your brains out, they're your brains. But what I'm saying is, and I guess for me, why I feel this way, Beto O'Rourke. Have y'all ever heard of Beto O'Rourke? From Texas.
Yeah.
When he ran against Ted Cruz, I took a group of young men to his rallies and the Ted Cruz rallies to get them involved in politics so they could hear. Every place he went where black people was, all he talked about was weed. None of the young people with me smoke weed. They said, what is he talking about? All blacks don't smoke weed. He ran his campaign on weed. So there is a thought process that black people smoke, need weed, and I can get them on weed.
Why is the only time they talk to us is when they need our vote?
You know why? Because they need your vote.
Why should I listen to you give me my vote?
That's on you. So at the end of the day, we're going to speed this up.
In every last one of our communities, no matter whether we live in Texas, and I'm a national promoter, so I travel all across the United States. And I'm in way more neighborhoods than you can ever imagine in 1 week. And no matter where I go, the demographics are the same. We are so brainwashed that I can go right now to the mall. I can buy a brand new pair of Jordans for $150. I can go to one of my brothers in the neighborhood and say, you know what, I don't want these shoes, I don't want to take them back, give me $50. He's going to try to tell me give him 40. Well, I don't want to give him 40, guess what he's going to do? Go to the store and pay $150.
Well, that's an internal issue with blacks.
I mean, until we fix that issue, what they say don't matter.
Okay, so it don't matter what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So that baby over there is 13, right? He's 13.
I don't want them smoking no weed.
Don't
Don't you smoke no weed, boy. I don't want my grandson smoking no weed.
And bring him under my wing and give him the right to do as I have took a young man who was 12 years old. He wanted to be a rapper. I say, in order for you to get this contract and sign with Wiz Khalifa, and Wiz Khalifa one of the biggest weed smoke right now. This is what you got to do. Get straight A's in school. Don't curse in your song. Do X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah. Not get you that deal. That young man did that. He's living well to this day right now. He still don't curse. He's still very respectful to his parents because he was willing to listen, had the right teach, and his parents allowed me to give him the discipline that he needs to stay across the street. Don't go hanging out with, man, my mama says from down south. If I did what I wasn't supposed to do, here comes the switch. I'll pick myself off the tree.
Switch, fan belt, whatever they can get a hold of.
And if that don't work, the iron is sticking more. But the thing about it is, because our parents disciplined us and they kept us away from them, which means that we wasn't going to their share houses and we wasn't getting a federal number for a prison number, et cetera. What they do is they said, we're going to make a law called child abuse. So if your mama whoop your butt, call 911. That wasn't put in place for Caucasian, Asians, or Mexicans or whoever. That was put in place for us.
To stop the discipline.
To stop the discipline.
Okay.
Because when you stop the discipline, they get more money. For every inmate that's in jail right now, there's a number with a
But you ain't got to whoop your child to have discipline.
No. Hold on. We can do that later another time.
I'm just
Hold on,
saying,
let's run through this. Let's do this. Let's run through this real quick. So here's what I'm gonna do for the sake of time. I'm just gonna go through the bullets and I'm gonna ask you, like, can it happen? Cause stuff that can happen is good. If it can and not will it not happen? Yes, sir.
You know, the thing that bothers me is, correct me if I'm wrong, but if she's legalizing weed, wasn't she she was a prosecutor before vice president, am I right? So she locked up a lot of people for weed, right?
Well, I don't know the number. So what I try to do is speak the facts. You hear the numbers. I don't know the numbers. But let me say this. But hold on. Your job, and this is what we got to get to. If I'm a prosecutor, my job is to prosecute. That's it. So what I do within my job title, I'm doing my job. You have prosecutors now who need to prosecute, but you're not prosecuting. So you're putting people back on the street in the very community that needs some people to be locked up. Right? So it's not a, so if I'm a prosecutor, I need to be a prosecutor. I need to follow the law. Now, judges have sometimes did you wrong, me wrong, and people look like us because, yeah, we did the crime. I did that crime, and now you gave me 50 years for somebody else you gave probation to. That's a problem. But as a prosecutor, if she did do that, she was doing her job, if it was a crime, right? So sometimes if weed is not legal in Wisconsin, you can't be mad that it's legal in Michigan, move to Michigan. But you can't be in Wisconsin smoking weed if it ain't legal.
How did Kamala Harris get into her spot to be the first so-called black president?
Joe Biden stepped down, and then she anointed her, and the party accepted her. That's their rules.
So that's, okay, we're going to leave it right there. Let's say this right here. She's been in office for 4 years, right?
She's been the VP for 3+, yes.
4 years as of the day.
Okay.
Of month or so. Who can honestly in this room say that honestly, from that White House, from what she did and what she's sitting right now, and what she wants to continue to do, that has benefited any one of us in this room? And if so,
None of it, nothing under this administration benefited me. Zero. That's me, though. I don't know about everybody else, but that's me.
So let me tell you the brainwash then.
Can I say something?
We're going to
before you
use
say that?
we're going to use their skin color to insult their intelligence, because we're going to use the first woman president. We're going to use the first woman black president. We're going to use everything that we think that they should hear to get that vote.
Well, anybody that votes on that, in my opinion, is ignorant.
But then we got a whole lot of ignorant people.
Well, I agree. I agree. The glass ceiling, the first woman, that don't matter. Yes, sir, Mr. Richard.
Can I interject?
Sure.
If that be the case, then what do you say about the 85 million that's running behind that orange man? What do you say about that?
That they are this orange and
Oh,
I'm just asking because I'm sitting here listening to us beat and bash ourselves, and we ain't said nothing.
No. Hold on. Time out. Hold on. Time out. Here's the reason why we didn't. We opened the floor, and we said, are we going to follow her agenda, or we going to talk about Trump because it's in here?
I'm not saying that we're talking about Trump. I'm saying that if we're going to sit and acknowledge that there's something wrong with her agenda, how can we sit and acknowledge that and not say something derogatory towards the other side?
Because we're not saying anything derogatory about her writing, but we get to examine it. It's just like if you give me a book and tell me this is what you live by called the Bible, and I go through your book and I examine it and I cause questions on your book, do I need to go talk about the Quran? Because it's your book.
And with all due respect, can I correct you one time? Because this is not her writing.
Well, no. It doesn't matter. It's on her. No, y'all missed the point.
It's what she wants
Listen,
to believe in.
this came off of her. No, listen, guys. This didn't come from the news. This came off of her website. You can go to her website, KamalaHarris.com, and pull it down. So she owns it.
I'm so good with technology, I'll build you a website and write something way better than this, and it's gonna be yours.
But my point is this, guys.
I'm just
If her name is on it, it's hers. This is what she's talking about. This is what she's taunting. But remember this, guys.
She's a punk that got somebody doing
So-
this to her, and she's going to do it not because she believes in us, but for the money, for the freedom,
Okay.
for the power. For everybody who loves the United States, it's a power plug. It's
Okay.
a power plug. Like, for example, why we buy more missiles than we feed our own people? And why the hell is we giving Ukraine all that money?
Okay.
And
Though,
everybody in this room, all the money we gave them, everybody in this room could be a millionaire right now.
okay, those are valid questions. Today,
That don't answer.
no, we'll come back for that. But today, the goal is this: is to go through her agenda as black men to see if it fits you. Because if this agenda works for you, then there's an agenda, and that's about accountability. But if it doesn't work for you, the agenda does not serve the group it's supposed to serve. If I give you an agenda for black men, I can give you an agenda for black men, and I'll bet you this. I don't even know what you make. I'll bet you 5 to 1 if you earnest, you'll come back to me and say, that'll work. My people don't. No, they're gonna say it'll work.
Depends on where they from, because if he brought me that agenda, I'd probably tell you something.
No. Listen.
Because in order to talk to your black men, you have to be in the neighborhood.
So
with your
so
black
hear what
men.
I said.
You gotta know that person you're speaking to, because to each his own.
Here's what I said. Here's what I said. I'm gonna stand on this. If I give you my agenda for black men, I'm telling you that you will come back and tell me, I can see that working. Not a maybe, but what you just said was, how do I know that? Because it comes from being in these communities, man, day in, day out, walking with the homeless, sleeping with the homeless, going with the brother on the street, being with the brother who's successful, to hear what they're talking about. Not just a silo because somebody got dark skin. So my point is, we're going to rush through this before we can get to the next piece. All I'm going to do is ask you, can this work or can it work? Because maybe what we need to do is say, you know what? That sound good on paper, but that won't work for me. But this will work for me. So I'm going to run through them. I'm on page 5. Providing black men and their families with reliable, low-cost internet. Okay. Yes, sir.
Wasn't that part of Biden's initiative in the beginning? He was gonna give America internet. So why is it being forced into an agenda to say that they're gonna give it to us for lower cost?
So let me just get.
Why do they lie and say the internet
speak
comes
on
from
Yes, sir. Hold on.
and
Hold on.
it's literally right up under our
I'm gonna pass the floor. Go ahead, Brandon, real quick.
My understanding is that program expired. I guess this is her way of giving it back. It did expire under Biden. I think it expired last spring, if I'm not mistaken. April or something like that. Yeah, it expired.
Okay, guys. So let's go real quick. Okay, so is that important to people in the room?
No, not to me though.
Yes, to me it is.
To you?
Yes,
To you? Okay. To you?
because cheaper internet. Come on, who wouldn't want that?
like this. If you
Okay.
can't survive without the internet, then you're not a survivor.
So you got
Well,
3.
come on now,
No,
we
that's
got-
fine. No. Hey, we're going. We're rolling, guys. So 3 people.
If we all came in this world without using internet, you think that you give me internet is trying to show me the internet is connecting
Okay.
communities?
All right,
Then when we
guys,
didn't have internet,
we're gonna roll. So we got 3 who said that works for them. All right, relieving the burden of medical debt so black men can take advantage of opportunities to build wealth and start a business. That work for anybody?
Yeah.
right now, because you can't put medical stuff
Okay.
on your
Credit anyway. Yeah, it's against the law now. So hold on, guys. Who does that help? Who does that work for?
Hold on. That's not.
I'm talking about no, guys. This is an agenda for black men, not the elderly, not the sister.
Any black man that has medical problems, don't treat them. Everybody don't have medical problems.
Okay, in this room, in this demographic, does that help you? Okay.
You said that it's illegal to put medical debt on your credit.
Yes, medical debt cannot go on your
How is
credit
it, but
report.
it's illegal to sell that medical debt. Isn't it illegal to sell it?
No, listen. You can sell. No, they sell paper. Hold on, guys. Let's stay this. We'll come back. We can come back and talk about these things. Somebody earlier, I think it was Pastor, said the problem we have is this, and this is where we suck as individuals across the board. I have a skill set of X, whatever X is. I won't use my skill set to help this brother who's a part of my group. If I use my skill set and my knowledge, because this is my team, y'all on my team. So that means if I can do something to help you, that's part of my skill set, I need to do it. Because what did it take me, an hour, 2, 3, 4? But if I can empower him on some paperwork, I don't need to charge him because he's on my team. Until we get to that point, I'm talking about as black men, we're going to be every year, somebody going to be putting some out. Trump, okay, since you want me to talk about, Trump put the platinum plan out. It was a one-sheet proposal, right? But it was so you could read it and hear it and get happy. If Trump puts a plan out for black males, I'll bring us right back in this room and examine it. But today he don't have one. So this is what we got. All right?
I feel sometimes like when we have things like this, especially with later generations, black people have become so accustomed to give me something, give me something, give me
Oh, yeah.
something. Like it crushes your creativity.
Well, you know, but here's the problem. Let me go back. We're gonna keep
Give me
going. 'Cause we
something.
only
Give
got
me
our
something.
time is running out. So this is what happened in the '60s. In the '60s, yes, sir.
You said that.
Who, him or me?
At you.
Okay.
You said that we as a team
Uh-huh.
should work with one another.
Yes.
I say we have a model that we have put in place as of today. You called me and said, Rich, we got an opportunity. And I said to you, I'll give you my place whenever and whatever you need. Did I not?
Yes, sir.
So I say to all of you brothers sitting here today, let's not argue about this agenda. Let's get to the business of making ourselves powerful.
So, okay. So now, and remember, guys, here's the problem. We're not arguing. We're discussing a piece of paper that was put out for black men.
I understand that.
And if we
And
don't,
maybe I used the
yeah,
wrong
if we don't get together,
And
me,
it's garbage.
me and Waleed,
It's garbage.
me and Waleed could have talked about it, but that means Star voting. He made and Star happy with it. He good with it because he's one across the board that said I'm cool with it. I didn't come in with a preconceived notion, but I know how to dissect it. I know what can happen, what can't happen. All I'm telling you is that 13-year-old, these 20-year-olds, they're becoming more conscious, is that anytime, and this is for the room, anytime you don't take something and you don't dive into it with, leave your heart alone at home with it. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I don't miss no business meetings no more for them. I don't set nothing aside for them. If they win, they win, but I ain't breaking no more TVs. I ain't doing none of that. Because you know what I realized? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been tear it up. Tear it up. But look, no. That was in my younger days. So listen, but hold on. So what I'm saying is this.
That's why you one of the good old boys, huh?
Yeah. So as you,
Texans,
yes, sir.
A very nice expense account.
Yeah.
You can break TV.
So as you grow and you start to see more and learn more, I feel like I should have been here so we could have this conversation. So you got a copy. You got a heavy-duty, doable copy that you can take with you and you can go back and look at it and you can research to it and you can say, man, you know what? This can happen. Ooh, I don't know about this. Because what happens is this. If I'm allowed to lie to you, and I'm saying every 2 years, every 4 years, if I could put something on paper and stand before a platform and get the right person to tell you it's good for you, and you move like that, you're ignorant. Like, that's just the bottom line. And you know what they're doing? They're playing to your ignorance. And I'm just telling you, when I hear somebody say, I'm gonna do this tax credit, child tax credit of any dollars, they can say 10,000, and it's gonna reduce childhood poverty by 50%. You a lie.
You're right.
You a lie. But you know what? It happens all the time.
Or let's use some other examples.
Yes?
We're going to give you no taxes on overtime. We're going to give you no taxes on, what was the other thing that they offered?
Who is they?
On your tips.
Who is they?
Those-
Okay.
Not only Trump, Kamla did the same thing.
She said it.
She want to give you no
She said
taxes
it.
on Social Security. and
But
your
now, hold on. I'll give this to the president. They do get to write the tax code.
I want to ask you a question.
Give it to me real quick.
If they take away all of that tax money, how do we pay for it?
We got paper debt. All the $1 trillion debt and all that. We borrow money from China and we keep printing.
I understand.
That's
all
how
of
we
that,
do
but
it.
That's just as
that because the currency is just basically a bartering tool. And
Yeah.
if you add up all the money in the world, it's still going to be.
So hold on. Let's get through this real quick. We gonna just run through here. This yes or no. And if y'all want to do something, we can. All right. More than tripling the number of new first-time black owners each year by the end of the first term through her housing plan. Can that happen?
No.
More than tripling the number of new first-time black homeowners each year by the end of her first term through her housing plan.
No.
Okay, Richard, will it happen? You will or will it happen? No. Okay, thank you. Anybody believe it happened? No takers?
You ain't
Okay.
got no money.
All right, here we go.
You ain't
All
got
right,
no money.
help reduce costs for black men with children through tax cuts and affordable child care. First of all, how many black men get to carry their child on the tax anyway?
We had that podcast
I do.
last week.
You do?
I do.
You do?
Say that again?
It says helping reduce costs for black men with children through tax cuts and affordable child care. So you're gonna get a tax credit for $3,600.
That's it?
No, that's per child, up to $6,000 for new parents. Okay, that'll help some people.
I mean, the whole thing about
Will it help?
See, this my problem with it.
No problems. We gotta go through it. Will it help? We gotta run through this. Will it help?
Not for black men.
Yeah.
It's not for black men.
Guys, listen to this is for black men and
Yes,
black
yes,
men alone.
Yes, it would work.
Okay, next one. So who say that could work? If you say that could work for you, show your hand real quick. You ain't got a kid. It ain't gonna work for you. I said for you. If it'll work for you, raise your hand. Okay.
Hand up, man.
No, this whole agenda is for black
Hey,
men.
man, 3,600 ain't enough, man. It's high.
I know, bruh. Hold on. Helping black men provide care. Now hold on, this is good right here if it works. Hey, stop. You in class, stop it. Helping black men. I love y'all, man. Y'all done did well. Give me a few minutes. Helping black men provide care for their aging parents. Almost 40% of caregivers, older adult are men, and 1/3 of this group is black. Vice President will help black men with caregiving needs by providing home care service for Medicare so seniors are able to get the care they need. Is this for black men, or is this just something we doing for everybody?
Everybody.
But there's an opportunity. I'll use that.
So you won for it? It's good for black men? Okay. Cutting taxes. Hey, stop! This is how you got kicked out of class. Listen. Cutting taxes for black men in lower wage jobs by increasing the earned income tax. This is not for black men. Guys, listen. I'm gonna start running through stuff that I know ain't good. I'm just gonna tell you some bull crap. You're not designing this for black men.
So ain't.
Right? So, but the point is this. This is titled What I'm Doing for Black Men. And if it's something you're doing because you're doing it, you're not doing it for black men. This should have said, here's some things I think will help black men. Right?
Man, she needs to stop lying. She ain't even say what color she is, man.
Okay,
Come on, man. So why should I believe?
Who in Congress gonna let
Stop
any
lying.
president of the world
Stop lying,
do
man.
something just for a black man?
Okay.
They had affirmative action, they took it away.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Hold on. I'm on page 7, guys. I'm almost there. Then we're going to talk a little bit. Launch a national health equity initiative for black men. Let me see what it says. Vice President knows that black men face elevated risk of health conditions like diabetes, sickle cell, prostate cancer, and more. That's why she will cap insulin for 35. Okay, we ain't doing that. We gonna no.
Man, just give me
Okay.
my reputation. I'll buy all this. I'll give myself.
Okay, hold on. Increase
I don't need
investment.
all
Hold on, guys. Increase. Okay. Increase investments in HBCU and MSI medical schools and healthcare programs to train medical workforce, including mental health professionals, understand the need of experienced black patients at HBC. Does that help black men? It does?
Anything that has
It'll help, but it's not gonna happen.
Man, that's gonna help the HBCU.
all right.
I don't know if they're gonna help black people.
Okay, hold on, guys. Let's go. Protect and strengthen the Affordable Care Act. 1 in 4 black Americans with pre-existing conditions can keep access to affordable. Okay. I told you I don't want nobody telling me where they roll. I can tell by your response. So we good. Protect access to clean air and clean water. How's that for black men?
It's not.
Okay, all right. That next thing about Donald Trump. I'm just gonna keep going. Y'all had a chance to talk about it. Vice President will fight to protect the rights of black men. Here we go. Now, here we go.
Okay.
As we enact policies, now we're talking about policies that lift black men up, we must remove the barriers that have so often held them back. Here we go. Break down unjust legal barriers that hold black men and other Americans back by legalizing marijuana.
Garbage.
So
Okay, here we go.
Because that one didn't even matter.
Okay. All right. Build trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve.
Garbage.
Through the common sense policies reforming George Floyd Policing Act. Let me see, huh? Okay.
Yeah, he could have did that last. He was in office. What he do?
Hold on,
He
hold
should
on,
have
hold
did
on.
that. She was in office. She could have did that. Had 4 years to do something.
Okay.
Man,
Invest.
she was with him.
Invest.
She was with him.
Hold on. Invest.
She- you in the
Hold
cabinet.
on, guys.
She in the
Hey.
cabinet.
Hey, hold up.
Say something.
Wally.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you told me
All
to
right.
be cool.
Here we go, guys. Invest in proven community violence intervention programs. Okay, hold on. Let me at least read this. The Vice President will continue to invest millions of dollars in proven community violence interruption programs through Safer Community Acts. Let me say this. Here's the problem here. Here's the problem. You got hundreds of millions of dollars that the federal government allocates. It goes into your state, and then it goes to your county or your city. The problem is this. You who mean well by these kids don't have access to those dollars. So if you're going to allocate those dollars need to be made available for groups who are doing the work, and the criteria needs to be 1 or 2, 3, X. A number of parents of these kids are able to write and say, my kid is doing well in Waleed's program, he needs to get the funding. Yes, sir.
But at the same time, you read that again, that just the first sentence.
Invest in proven community violence intervention program. Ours ain't proven because they ain't let us do it.
And
I got you.
the monies ain't
I'm
going
ex-
to us.
I asked it, sir. I missed that. I got you.
All right, because
Okay.
we don't run for office.
Okay, I got you. Protect the right to vote. I guess that's an X.
But no, we need to figure out a way to get our vote there.
Man,
Go
give
to
us
the
something.
polls and vote.
No, not that part.
Well, give us something to vote for. Man, come on, man.
No, G-Love. Hold on, G-Love. Hold on. I got to say this. Do you know how many elected officials? Hold on, guys. We got to get real about this. Because remember, I want to be as impartial as possible. G-Love told you how much he traveled. Me and him ain't conversed. I'm saying I've traveled 5 times the amount he traveled. I want him to know the depth of me traveling. These cities, guys, that have the highest crime, the highest poverty, they are black elected officials that break them, they don't hear you, so electing somebody because of their skin color means crap. So black people are running. Black people are in office. What color is your mayor? What color is your walking mayor? What color is that police chief? What color?
The county is that.
I don't know. What color county is that?
Black.
So don't give me this black crap.
That was not my point.
You said we got to get in office?
No, I said we need to become elected officials. That doesn't mean you got to get
Who
in
is we?
to the.
Yeah, who is we? Okay, come on, 'cause you got 1 minute.
You got to take this and remember, you don't have to necessarily run for mayor or to run for the sheriff. There's other departments
Give
you
me-
got to run for.
Well, when typically departments, if it's not the education, the board, y'all got county boards, we have
you
city
make
council.
an example of the money trickling down. Comes from the government.
Man, get them
goes to the
sellouts
state.
out of there, man. They selling us out. Let's
Yeah,
be
hell
real,
yeah, you
man.
got
They
1
selling
minute. Let
us
it
out.
finish,
You
Waleed.
want me to tell you why we failed at everything?
Why?
Because we don't allow each other to speak.
You got the floor. Give it to me.
Time.
Give it to me.
You gotta get it out.
said that the money trickles down from the government to the state.
Yes,
to-
from the federal government.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the legislature, when they get that money don't go down here. It's not coming in here. They take the money out of our schools, out of our Social Security, out of all of the programs that are benefiting us, and they give it to their pet project.
Okay, whose fault is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Theirs.
No.
Who is
Because
that?
It's your fault if you elect them
Thank you.
and don't get them out.
That's what I just said a minute ago.
So we saying the same thing.
We gotta get rid of the problem.
And I agree with him on that.
On what?
I would simplify why is there a problem. Because if it don't make it, it don't make it. If I don't tie my shoe, you step on my shoe, swing, and I fall, then I fall. That's my fault.
Okay,
So if
hold
we
on.
don't trickle down to our neighborhood like what he said, and it stops right there, because what they're going to do is say, well, we got these city workers, and they work for us. But it's supposed to be for black people, but it's the white people who's on the streets.
Here's the
So-
funniest point right here to make.
So
Okay, hold on. Hold on, we're finna close. I got
I
2
just
minutes.
want to say this one thing.
Okay.
The funniest example of this being true is you voted for $256 million to go to the schools, and then found out there was a $200 million shortfall
You talking about in Milwaukee?
in Milwaukee,
Okay.
Kenosha, Racine, and
Okay.
every school
And then Trump run the schools to a fire department.
So let me ask y'all this. So hold on. So we're gonna because this ain't an isolated deal in black communities. So my question is, who did y'all fire?
That's
Who
what I
has the
just
power
said
to
to you.
fire somebody?
The people.
Not really.
Why not?
Because people been lied to since we was born. When you wake up every morning, you feel like you're
Okay.
living a lie.
Let me show you the difference
Then you
between.
live different.
Let me show you the difference between black and white.
There is no difference.
No, yo, it's a difference. Okay, let me show you the behavior of people who have different skin colors in America. What you just said, no. What you just said, them white mothers went in and took over the school system for what they wanted. They didn't cry about it. They built organizations, and I'm talking about you got women that was at home doing nothing that's not running these school boards. In Racine School, I was at an event the other night. There is a lady who got tired and ran. Her first deal was, we getting rid of him, we getting rid of him. And you know what she said? The reason why I can work with her? I said, so, because I had heard how the schools were. She's a school board member. I said, so, can you tell me, like, what y'all schools are like? This is what she said. And then she said, but I was not going out like that. So I got this seat, I got this seat. We got 3 more we got to get rid of. Yes, we got 3 more we got to get rid of. We got rid of that superintendent. That's what you got to do.
Going back to what
Now,
I
you
said.
said the white
Going
women
back
would
to
go in
what
there
I said.
and they would fight. They would get something
Yes.
changed, right? Let me tell you something. When the black women do it,
What happened? They angry black
National
women?
Guard, Army,
Huh?
rifles everywhere.
What?
National Guard, Army. If black women did what some white women did, then white women gonna get that pass. Something's gonna happen. But let it be a group of black women. National Guards, Army.
But these are not.
Push that
These
away.
are not.
Donald Trump
Hold on, hold
did that when he
on,
was
hold
in
on.
office.
These are not. These are not
When
groups.
the so-called Black Lives Matter thing was going on, they want to tear that damn White House up. But as soon as they see black people gonna come and march and just protest, there was guns everywhere.
Okay.
We can't
Man, you
be-
gotta know how.
So-
You gotta know how to.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you
gotta know how to
something. So let me show you
engage
something. I've been
correctly.
protesting across America.
so glad that
Hold
you
on, hold on.
say that.
Tell me, hold on. I've been protesting across America. I'm gonna give you an example. I protested because of the COVID money, because black small business was not getting money. I protested in Dallas, where I started out. They called Homeland Security on me. It was me and about 7 brothers, and I got a bullhorn that'll reach from here almost to Milwaukee, probably. It was one of John Lewis' old bullhorn I got. They came up, and I said, "Hey man, we business owners. We can't go to work. They got this money. The law said we supposed to get some. We just trying to let them know we ain't going nowhere." You know what that officer said? Man, they called us like it was thousands of y'all out here. He said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I need to go in the office and talk to the head people." He went in and said, "Hey, he just want to talk to the head people. He gonna leave." I talked to them. I went right to Chicago. When I got to Chicago, they had at least 300 police waiting on me downtown. It was 4 of us. I said, "Hey man, it's just me and them. What y'all out here for?" I ended up getting the lieutenant's phone number. He wanted to go see the Blue Angels fly over. He said, "Mr. Carter, I said, who gonna be in command after me? Give me the sergeant." So a lot of these people are human, man. But if you don't know how to go out and do your thing, I seen people in Dallas. Y'all know Dallas where the 5 police got shot. It was a peaceful march, 100%. But the brother was mad about what had already happened to Mike Brown and a couple other people. He killed those 5 police officers. The police in Dallas gave way because we had black chief, we had black mayor, we got black DA, we got all those people, man. But you know what the black people did? They got her fired. Because she gave them access over and over and over. And the guy who was running the deals put her in a cross. Because she said, you can do all this, don't do this. Guess what he did? Just what she said, and she arrested them. So what I'm saying is, there's stuff, like you said earlier on the phone, that we have to do to put ourselves in a position to win. No president, so you clear with me, no president is gonna make your life better than what you gonna make it.
Remember what I said earlier on the phone?
No, that's what I said. You said that to me.
While we looking at this agenda, why not one time did they say to take payday loans out of our community?
It's in here. I saw something about predatory lending.
It's to the point of, you know that my mama gets Social Security, and if she have a hard time and she need $100, if she go to one of them payday loans to get that $100, they gonna mark it up by 500 to 600%.
So once again, though, remember
I don't
this.
see one president talking
But
about
remember
that.
this. So in Dallas, hold on. But here's the problem. In Dallas, they did away with predatory lending. But guys,
They just got me, man.
but look, if you need, but this is the problem. What I'm saying. But hold on now. Listen to this. If your light bill, if your light bill is getting turned, if your lights are getting turned off today.
You haven't paid attention for 3
But
months.
no, you might not have had it. No, guys, listen. So part of when you look at the poverty level of Milwaukee and Racine, there may not be none of y'all in here.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
But when you look at that, and you have a person, a single mother, or older person who got a fixed income, and her lights are getting ready to get turned off, and it's 35 degrees, and she ain't got nobody else she can go to, she going to that lender. So the problem is, why does that elderly person not have somebody that can help her?
All right, I got to stand in and say this. I didn't know, my wife taught me. The state of Wisconsin has what kind of policy for?
They can't do it in winter.
In the winter? Live.
What that mean?
They won't turn it off.
They can't turn your power off.
No.
Do the community know that?
Yeah, they know it.
Oh,
That's
they
why
do
it get-
know.
That's why it goes high.
But you still got to pay it later. I'm moving to Wisconsin. Hold on. We got 2 minutes.
The state where it's at the end of the winter, and you got a certain amount of money, and they'll make an arrangement for you
Okay,
to pay
so
your bill.
I want to say this. We
cut
got
off the
2
spread.
minutes. Here's what I want to say. First of all, thank you all for taking time out at the drop of a hat, for driving from Kenosha. I mean, changing your schedule, setting a little bit aside for family. Guys, this don't stop. That means, for me, I believe we have a solution. I believe we have an answer. And it's built on data. It's built on being in the streets. It's built on being with people. So when you see me with Team BMW, it's because I will continue to invest in it. I don't do grants. I don't look for grants. I don't want no grants. Because that means I get to say what I want to, go when I want to, do what I want to. But if I can help you with the information I have that is grant worthy, is it grant worthy?
Oh, you got some good stuff.
It's grant worthy. I will allow you to use it to get the grant money and do what we got to do. I have been blessed to be able to get up, travel this country, thank God. In every city I go, when I enter the city, the first thing I ask, and these kids can tell you, man, where's somebody get shot at last night? What's the worst part of the city? That's where I go first. And I've always been able to find favor in these cities. In 9 years, I haven't been robbed. I ain't had nobody breaking my cars. I've always been able to maneuver. I didn't know nobody in this state that's in this room 2 weeks ago.
That's true.
And look where we are today. So when I say there is hope, because me and G gonna hook and figure out with the collabs he got and I got what we can do to do something in Kenosha to make it rise up. We're gonna be in Racine working to figure out how to make it rise up. I'm gonna fight, and anybody wanna join me, I texted him last night after meeting. To give you an example when I say faith and favor, I have an elected official who happens to be white, and I use white and black as descriptive because I love all people, that called me and said, you know what? I think there's a business owner that you can help. We tried to help him with the city. The U.S. senators, both of them here, Tammy Bond and Johnson, tried to help him. We done did this. We done did this. We don't know what else to do, but I believe you can help him. I'm going to help him. Because what I found out is that he had a felony. He ain't black. But they treating him just like they treat you. So I'm going to fight for people who have a felony conviction, because that is a huge population. And if that person can't thrive, That means we have one lady who got a conviction. Man, I see that 1 minute. So don't y'all do that no more. Y'all mess my train of thought up. But what I'm saying is this. We have to find things that we're passionate about. That when we tired, when we had enough, when we don't think it's working, we'll still get up and go. That's the only way we're gonna change the communities that we live in. I'm not waiting for a pastor. I'm not waiting for no elected official. I'm not waiting on nobody to do the work that I can do. If you lock in like that, whatever you can do, some of y'all might just be only can open the door. Open the door. We don't have to wait because there is nobody coming to rescue you, black man.
Thank you so much.
It's not happening. They'll give you something, Star, to keep you right here.
That's what they've done.
That's no good. So if they have a program, and I got close people that do programs, the people that are going in that program got to say, you know what? Man, that ain't working. How much money you got for this? Because if you do this, I can get better. We got to stop being suckers for handouts. We have to demand that what is the budget that y'all are giving for this situation? If that county got $2 million, stop letting them spend $300,000. That's your problem. So federally, follow that money to your state or to your city, because that's all it does. It flows that way. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, Cornel West, Jill Stein, none of them are gonna make your life better to the point that they will lie and put it on paper. Because on November the 6th, y'all better understand this. You mean nothing to every last one of those candidates. Period. Period. No, you did right. If you don't believe in them, you're okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying is this. I'm not coming here trying to get you to think or vote one way or another. But I want you to be empowered, guys and ladies. I believe the best voter is an informed voter. Because whatever decision you make, you can stand on it. People can't shame you. They can't call you stupid because you said, I did this because of this. Once again, thank y'all. Thank you to Drop the Mic Media, MKE, to the Williams for opening the door, for taking the time, for preparing for this. And then most of all, guys, thank y'all. Like I said, thank y'all for taking the time and making it mean something. Is that young lady still back there?
Yes, she's still back there.
And thank
May I-
you for
may I
coming
say
out.
something?
Thank you for coming out, love. Yes, sir.
I want to thank you first off.
Me?
Yeah, because it wasn't a week ago that I met you. But I want you guys to know that this man has inspired me to give thee an opportunity. You can guarantee, write it down. It's guaranteed. If you want a voice, I got an opportunity to give you a voice. If you want it, you can find it right here. So if you got something you want to say, come talk. Let's see if we can make it heard.